Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marion Coffee.
Hafa Tirwami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Chris Nelson. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Marine operators appeal to the governor for an emergency life jacket. Also tonight, a local man accused of selling stolen goods to a recycling center wants a jury trial. And we have Billy the Kid in the house. A Hollywood veteran joins the KSPN2 news team. In sports, beach games are for everybody. Cornhole highlights. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
I love Marion Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
This burger looked at one slice of melted cheese and said, more cheese. It looked at pickles and said, also onions. It wanted to be more than hot. It wanted to be juicy. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese. If you thought one napkin for the Quarter Pounder with cheese was enough, it's not enough.
Marine sports operators met today with Governor Palacios to ask for assistance in what could be some major changes in the way that water sports are done in Managaha and the Saipan Lagoon.
Managaha is supposed to be reserved for recreational and cultural purpose. That's in our Constitution. Now we've kind of started to veer away and start making it commercial. And that's okay to the extent that we don't compromise the two intent.
Marianas Global, the new operators of Managaha Island, have asked their landlord, the Department of Public Lands, to grant them exclusive rights to goods and activities in and around Managaha. Global rents equipment, offers activities, provides boat service, and pays a hefty rental fee to DPL for access. They are also responsible for lifeguarding and running the water purification systems. But so far the income doesn't match the expense, and they want DPL to enforce regulations that could give them more exclusivity. This change could potentially put other operators out of business, and they are looking for help. The governor and lieutenant governor summed up the meeting.
I know that they had a meeting with DPL, as you all know, and then they reached out to see if we can give them a little bit of time to tell their side or their story. And that's what we did today. And there was a lot of issues that obviously needs to be clarified and resolved. And that the issue stems from the new proposed regulations that DPL is trying to adopt.
All these operators that are out there doing their daily business, trying to make a living, and they're paying their taxes on time. We want to hear them and give them the opportunity to see what we can do, and so they continue the service that they're doing to providing our tourists. to Managaha yet.
One of the things that LT and I are concerned is with all these efforts for tourism. As you all know, many of you, all three of you grew up in Saipan. Managaha is one of the very important attraction for the Commonwealth in the industry. And we want to make sure that Managaha continues to be an attraction. It's a marine sanctuary. It's a very attractive destination for the Commonwealth. We want to make sure that we protect it as such.
Is there room for compromise between the parties?
There is absolutely a room for compromise, and that's where we need to go to.
The governor says they have scheduled a meeting with DPL for tomorrow. This is Dan Shore reporting from the governor's office for KSPN News.
A local man who authorities say stole construction goods and then sold it to a local recycling center has asked for a jury trial. Travis G. Villagomez has pled not guilty. Authorities believe he ripped off construction materials and then sold them to Triple Star Recycling Center. CNMI says that Villagomez entered the Uman Construction shipping container to steal construction tools and equipment. They are charging him with 1 count of burglary. Items taken include a Mikasa compactor, Champion generator, batteries, copper wire welding machines, and hydraulic fluid. Police say they reviewed surveillance footage and saw Villagomez get out of a rented silver Toyota RAV4 with rolls of wire, parts for heavy equipment, and they say he sold it to the recycling center for $49. A pretrial conference in this case has been set for September the 18th. A change of plea has been set for September the 4th for a man arrested and charged with burglary in August of 2023. Jimmy Kaipat was in court this morning. Previously, police say that Kaipat broke into his neighbor's house, located in or near Terry's snack bar. Victim says she was asleep and heard her bedroom door open, saw Kaipat wearing a black shirt standing inside her room. She told police he frequently comes into her business asking for cigarettes and bothers the female customers. Kaipat currently on probation. He is being charged with burglary, criminal trespassing, disturbing the peace, and contempt of court. His previous record includes theft of a vehicle as well as assault and battery. More tonight on the new electronic customs forms at Saipan International Airport. Travelers from Japan and from Guam give their feedback. How was the customs process when you came in?
Can I cuss? Well, one thing, I couldn't get online. I thought I'd done it in Japan before I left. When I got here, the web server wasn't pulling up, so then I had to go with the machine. And it just took a little while on the machine. But it's backed up in there right now.
Did it work for you? Did it take a long time?
It did work for me. It's a lot. I personally think it's a lot quicker to fill out than the little bubbles on a paper form. But I think that, well, you know how for Guam, when you go to the United app and you say you're travel ready, and then they link you to their customs form so that you can fill it out ahead of time. I don't think Saipan has done that yet, so a lot of folks haven't had the opportunity to fill it out before they get on their flight, and then they're all flustered. You're like, what to do?
Is there a lot of people waiting in there?
There are, and I think it's because even if you have your QR code, once you get to the customs officer, the system is a little laggy, so it takes some time.
Actually, by the time I'm here and being local, right, I got on it and it was finally good, but trying to do it like even on Guam, there were some real challenges with it. But anyway, I finally was able to execute it properly.
It was pretty convenient. I actually liked it more on my phone because there was Wi-Fi in the airports, so it was a pretty easy process.
The machine's it's hard to deal with, but you know, you get there. I like the paper much better, writing it down instead of that machine. Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's easier because all you have to do is scan the QR code and upload it online. Makes it much faster too. instead of the paper-based one.
What was the electronic customs form like for you?
Well, I think it's good, but it's kind of like there's a lot of delays in the identifying what are some of the things that we need to do, especially their internet access, because it keeps scrolling and scrolling, and it's hard to just get it going, get it done, and move on. But it's good that we're starting, but I think they need to work on the network to make it quicker, because I was struggling, and I know several of the individuals were struggling, so I had to kind of like help. She helped me, I try to help the others, because it was dragging, it was lagging.
How about tourists? Did you see them having a hard time?
Oh yeah, actually they were all trying to figure out as well. So, but I guess aside from the network, is just how to navigate to make it easier and friendlier.
This guy was driving way over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a lot over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a little over the speed limit. Look at the damage.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded, or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
The king is back like prodigal. I gave him time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm on the headline, the deadline. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, master minor. Big time.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com. Welcome to the Northern Mariana Islands. Our fun segment welcomes people who are visiting or coming home. This week, some returning residents who are happy to be back on the rock. Caden Church went on a short vacation to Guam. He says he liked the variety of different food over there, but Saipan has one thing that Guam does not.
It's much more peaceful here. Much more peaceful, not a lot of people everywhere. It's kind of crazy over there in Guam compared to here. It's very peaceful here.
Dion Sabino was in the Pacific Northwest for PSS training.
It's about social emotional learning, and it'll help the kids with their emotional and social needs.
He says the training was good, but he's happy to be back in the sunshine.
Definitely the weather. It was very cold in Seattle, so I miss the warm weather, and yeah, just the sunny skies in general.
William Matson flew all day and night to get back to Micronesia.
All the way from the States, Kentucky.
Were you there on business or vacation?
No, I've retired several times. I actually I did some medical stuff there and meeting some family members, but I always have to come home to Saipan.
Matson says he's been here since the 80s. Nathaniel Sablon wins the Best T-Shirt of the Week award, maybe the month, maybe the year. I heart my hot girlfriend. Takes some courage to wear it, brings a smile to those who read it. It's bold, shows confidence, appreciation, and it also says, yes, I'll do a TV interview at Saipan International. Nathaniel says he's coming back from Japan.
I'm flying from Haneda in Japan. I spent about a week there vacationing with my girlfriend and spending time with my family, parents, grandparents, and aunts and uncles for about a week before returning home.
They enjoyed the beach, the food, and the weather.
It was fun. It was I thought I knew Japanese, and I don't. I would say something to them, and then when they respond in Japanese, I would have no idea what to say. So, but it was a good time. Food was good. Shopping was good. It's very hot, but it was a good experience.
Hafide, buenas, and welcome home. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News. Tonight we'd like to introduce you to the newest member of the KSPN2 News team. He flew in last night and is already on the job, and we look forward to some great stories in the coming days from Dan Shore. For his very first story, we have asked him to introduce himself.
Hafide Saipan, and hello again. Here's what's new. It's been 17 years since I've been on this island, and I am absolutely thrilled to be back. Well, prior to my first Saipan experience, I was a working actor and director in Hollywood, California. I appeared in over 50 films and television shows, including Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Sounds good, Mr. the Kid.
In Tron, I played Ram, the sidekick to Tron.
I was an actuarial program.
I was also in John Huston's film Wise Blood, and appeared as a series regular on television's Cagney and Lacey.
I never pay back a loan.
It's good to know, Newman.
As a theater director in Los Angeles. This is my second time working in Saipan. I was here in 2003 as part of the fledgling film and television program at NMC. I taught acting, writing, and directing. Notably, while at NMC, the students and staff created the 60th anniversary of the Battles of Saipan and Tinian video, featuring interviews with local survivors and returning veterans from both the U.S. and Japanese sides of the battles. I then worked as director-in-residence for the Visitors Channels, creating content for the islands of Saipan, Guam, Tinian, and Rota. Along with my friends and colleagues on the island, we shot a nighttime soap opera called State of Liberty, which aired right here on KSPN2.
Freedom that money buys. It's a wonderful thing.
When I left the island in 2007, I returned to the home of my birth in New York City and continued my acting career. I appeared in episodes of Blacklist, Blue Bloods, Jessica Jones. I shot the film Tron Legacy and the upcoming feature film Silent Partner. It's always been a dream of mine to return to this magical island, and I am beyond thrilled for the opportunity to help bring compelling news stories and features to all of you.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
I love Marion Coffee from Join Me for a Cup. I think you would be really happy.
Motivation isn't always easy to come by. Thankfully, there's one place that continues to ignite my willpower. This one place provides me with the knowledge and support I need to grow, so I can continue to become a better version of myself. This is where I discovered my passion, where I achieved successes that made me proud. It's home. It's where I improved my performance, seeing the opportunity in every challenge. And when doubt creeps inside, and I think about giving up, I remember the heroes who've also called this place home. And just like them, I know that every last rep is always a beginning. No matter how hard it gets, nothing can stop me. I will always come back stronger, because I'm part of a legacy.
Buenas sports fans.
We've never done a story about cornhole on the Channel 2 News, and we are about to change that locally. It's one of the up-and-coming backyard games, and the executive director of NM Posse organized a Crown Plaza Beach tournament this past weekend to raise money for important programs. Greg Borja of NM Posse says the bags flew once a decade ago, and it's time to do it again.
10 years ago, in celebration of the Americans with Disabilities Act, our office held a fundraiser in the form of Cornhole Tournament. It's been 10 years since we did that, so today, in celebration of the ADA's anniversary, the 34th anniversary, we're here to celebrate the 10th anniversary of our first annual Cornhole Tournament.
Cornhole got its start in the late 1800s. It was first called parlor quoits. It's also been called faba baga and sack toss. Norman Camacho says it's all about the trash talking.
I think it's going to be a fun event, first annual cornhole, I believe, and for a good cause, fundraising, and got all our friends, most of them, we know them already, so we're just going to have a good time and heckle each other, maybe.
Camacho, good with his feet, the well-known soccer player, is using his hands in this game.
I've seen it grow, and everywhere I go, like passing by the beach, I see people playing cornhole, I see people playing at home. So, and I'm talking about the locals here, so it's growing definitely. It's a fun sport. I think it's a good way to have fun and sweat a little and, I don't know, heckle each other.
Cornhole got really organized in North America around 2005 when the Cornhole Association got started. I feel like the name is holding this sport back a little bit. Steve Byer has the Leonardo DiCaprio look going. I'm so cold, Rose. So cold.
This is a fundraiser for NM Posse, Cornhole Tournament. I think we're going to have pool play in the morning, and then after that's done, we'll have a single elimination tournament. It's just a good time to come out, hang out with friends, and throw some bags.
According to Leo, turnout was good, quality of throwers high.
We have 15 teams that bought into today's tournament. We will have prizes for the first 3 places. So we're starting off with a round-robin group play, and then we'll seed teams based on their standings into a single elimination bracket at the end. That's how we'll determine our winners.
Saturday morning, conditions just fine for John Cabrera.
Client advocate with the NM Posse. So we're trying to get back into our fundraising rhythm. We are conducting our cornhole fundraising, so it's a pretty good turnout today. Had some of the public come in today, support.
The American Disabilities Act was signed into law in 1990 by President George H.W. Bush.
ADA, it's the law that was provided for people with disabilities to make sure there's no discrimination and equal opportunity, no discrimination based on disability.
This is a law that helps keep people of disabilities on a level playing field with the rest of our community when it comes to access to our government, access to private businesses such as hotels or grocery stores, and it also prevents discrimination in employment.
Is it a sport? Depends who you ask. It is a game and it's fun, most definitely.
It's a fun game, easy to play. It can be modified for people with disabilities or adapted, so that way everyone gets an opportunity to play.
Borja says one thing we can all do better as a community is to be aware of the needs of others.
The accessible parking you see in front of businesses or stores, the parking with the blue paint, those are meant for people with mobility limitations. Now, sometimes those spaces are taken by people without such a limitation, and you need to have a placard in order to park in those spots. So one thing we can do as a community is that if you don't have a placard and you don't need the blue space, even though it's closer to the business, please don't park there and allow people that do need them to come in. Don't park in the blue if it's not for you, and speak up when you see barriers.
Thanks for the support.
The feedback from Saturday? The participants hoping for Cornhole Tournament at least once a year. From Crown Plaza Beach, Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News. Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marion Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week. Beautiful weather this week. Tonight can expect mostly cloudy with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, lows around 78. Chance of showers 30%. On Thursday and Thursday night, partly sunny with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, highs around 86, lows around 78. Chance of showers 40%. Seas very, very calm, almost glass-like in the morning. On Friday, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Southwest winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, highs around 85, and chance of showers on Friday at 50%.